On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Hey, my friends, welcome to our very special day 3 of the 12 days of Christmas. Now, if you haven't seen day 1, you need to go back and catch that video. Day 2, go back and catch that video. Today's day 3. Welcome, and I'm glad you're here. And before we do anything else, it doesn't cost you a penny, just a little bit of time. Reach out and hit that share button because we're day 3 with 3 French hens. Did you know that originally it was 3 fat hens? Did you know that? Well, that's why you're watching these videos, to learn all about the 12 days of Christmas and why we ended up with this song and why we sing it and what the meanings are behind it. Now, get this. These chickens that were raised in the center part of France around Tours, where they had that council we talked about last time, were a delicacy. They were big, plump, juicy chickens, big hens. And they were famous for their texture of meat. It was succulent, delicious, and you could roast them or you could boil them in a pot with a potato and carrots, and people loved them. And they became famous throughout France, and then they were exported to the United Kingdom and also over into Germany and as far as Constantinople and all these places where people wanted these delicate French hens. But in the song originally, because it began there in France, if you recall, this began as a chant, as a rhyme, a kind of a children's game, progress or forfeit, forward or forfeit kind of game. They thought, well, we have 3 fat hens. That's a real special present. Because Henry IV, who was king, brought peace and prosperity back to France. And he had this, now think about this, you politicians are going to love this. He was the first guy to say chicken in every pot. You didn't know it went that far back, right? You thought that was in the 1950s and 1960s, but it wasn't. Henry IV, the French is poulet au pot, which means poultry of the pot. 1 chicken for every pot every Sunday. That was his sort of, his campaign mantra. Now, I realize he was king and he didn't have to run a campaign like a lot of our politicians do now, but he was trying to appease the people. Now, for the 12-tide, for this 12 days of Christmas, he wanted them to have 3. He thought they would have 3, 1 for each Sunday and then 1 for Christmas Day. So, ever how it landed. So they would have 3 of these fat hens to use during the 12-tide. And so when it then migrated over to the United Kingdom, to Great Britain, the English changed it to French hens because they wanted to import them. They loved eating them because they were delicious. Now, I thought a lot about my friends of the National Wild Turkey Federation. And if you know any of those folk, you probably ought to tag them on this video, because they just gave away over 1,000 turkeys for Thanksgiving to families who might not have otherwise had one. Well, that's what Henry IV was doing. He was giving a fat, plump chicken, or was his economy, his prosperity, what he brought to France at that time. He brought them the possibility of having a nice fat hen every Sunday for Sunday dinner. And if you went to Mama's or for Sunday dinner back when you were little, well, you kind of understand the nostalgia of that. So it was 3 fat hens, but then when this song moved over to England and to other places, it became 3 French hens because they were famous and they imported them to all those different countries, Germany, Denmark. Everybody wanted a French hen. Now, this song first showed up, the lyrics first showed up. It had been used before, but in a book called Mirth Without Mischief in France in the 1780s. So I hope you're learning something. I hope you're having fun. I hope that you're going to have a nice, peaceful time this year with your family, or just if you're alone, that's okay, to have Christmas. Maybe you can get you a plump chicken and have 3 big bites of it, and have 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves. Michael Patterson back. Love you, guy. I love you so much. And a partridge in a pear tree. Okay? Every evening we'll be doing this until Christmas. So tomorrow's 4. You got to stay with me. And if we can do this on Christmas Day, we'll release the whole thing together in a big video. But anyway, day 3, 3 fat hens, 3 French hens. Everybody gets a chicken in the pot. All right? All right, we're going to sing it again. You ready? You going to sing with me? You going to sing with me? Here we go. Here we go. On the 3rd day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves. What's the big ending? And a partridge in a pear tree. Share it. I'll see you tomorrow.